Yo, what's up? How is everybody doing? First of all, two words, Forza Milan, as always, because those are in this time of weird things happening around the world. Maybe we can distract ourselves with a little bit of AC Milan today. Hope everybody that is going to watch this video, everybody that is watching the video, and everybody else, please like, share, and do all that good stuff. I hope everybody is having a blessed day wherever they are. So, a little bit of Milan talk. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the AC Milan world, in the AC Milan universe. Big game coming up against Napoli Sunday, last game of this round. It's going to be the late game Sunday night. Big game. What maybe the most important game of the season. Maybe if Napoli is to lose this Scudetto, it's because someone like us needs to beat them. This is a great opportunity for us to, as I like to say often, take the bull by its horns. The question is AC Milan ready? Is Milan ready to do such a thing? Is Milan a team capable of withstanding the pressure of that these youngsters are facing? Something that even Paolo Maldini said, the team is not perfect, but the team is composed of youngsters that are still learning to do this. What's up, Youssef? Inter 150 while we drew 2-2. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but yeah. So Milan is going to be playing against Napoli. I really believe that Milan can beat Napoli, and I really think that Milan has everything they need in order to beat Napoli. So I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. Milan does have a better record when they play away, so that is a good thing. And then Napoli has a better record when they play away, but just by short margins. Napoli has most of their defeats. Napoli's defeats happen in their own stadium, and same thing for Milan. Most of Milan's defeats happened in Milan Stadium. So obviously, the pressure that the city gives the teams is not helpful. And I'm sure that the Napoli fans will love to win this game, because if they win this game, they can start to run away with it a little bit. So they're going to have a lot of pressure. Napoli is going to be immersed in the pressure to win, and AC Milan is going to be immersed to the pressure, a similar pressure to stay there, stay attached to these teams, and take it till the end. We got to take it till the end, because we could end up being first that last game of the season. As long as we stay close to the top three and we keep on going this way, we have great chances of winning the Scudetto. But guys, let's get straight to it. Leao has to be a leader. And first of all, what's up, Skillard? We got safe. What's up, guys? How everybody doing? Forza Milan. Let's look at what Gazzetta dello Sport says about Leao. Leao being leader. Leao obviously now is, I'm looking at the YouTube pages and YouTube live podcasts of other tifosi, Romanisti, Juventini, Interisti. They all envy Leao. Every time this question is posed to them, which AC Milan player do you want to bring? Would you want to have in your team? They all are saying Leao. So Leao is hot property right now. By the way, Leao, we should know in the upcoming weeks what the deal is with Leao. He has made it very clear that he loves Milan. He wants to stay with Milan. So it looks like that is what is going to happen. As far as Kessie guys goes, from what I'm hearing today, it's done. It's done deal. Barcelona is going to be acquiring Kessie. Okay, La Gazzetta dello Sport writes how Milan's collective performances will need to be almost perfect to beat a Napoli side who are charged up after the last gasp win on Lazio. And by the way, guys, that win that Napoli did in the last minute against Lazio, those kind of wins can really propel you towards having a good streak of performances. Those fill you with positive energy and belief. So watch out for Napoli in that last minute win. Also, those last minute wins are the wins that usually win you big trophies. As I said, guys, again, I say this with a heavy heart. But according to stats, according to what we have seen in Italy for the past 50, 100 years, the team that concedes the least amount of goals ends up winning. And right now, Napoli is the team with the least amount of goals conceded. So they are statistically the favorites to win this. All right, let's see. Let's see. What was that article saying? All right. But above all, Leao must put the attack on his shoulders and drag his teammates through a difficult moment. Is Leao the player to put the attack on his shoulders? I don't think Leao is ready to put the team on his shoulders. What Leao can do is just be part of the team and uh, and give his talents. He can put his talents at the service of a team. But Leao does not have nor the head or the personality to be a leader of his team. Not yet. Games between top teams can often draw a lot of tactical focus regarding the spaces that may be available and the positional battles. But sometimes it takes a moment of inspiration to break the game open, something Leao can provide. And that is true. Leao, with his pace, with his dribbling, and he is going to create a few chances here and there. It's going to be him against Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo, we saw in the Euros how Doku was able to give Di Lorenzo quite a nightmare. Their speed, if you are a fast player and you're going up against Di Lorenzo, you have a good chance of putting Di Lorenzo in difficulty. Spalletti knows this, and that is why he will ask for reliable Di Lorenzo to keep the Portuguese winger quiet. With 11 goals in his 30 seasons appearances for the Rossoneri, this season there are signs that Leao has exploded. If he wins the game for Milan and Naples, he will have passed another huge test. Yes, guys, we are hoping that Leao will give us a great performance. And I really hope that, I hope that we can win this game. Now, if we do not win this game, guys, do not despair. It's the season will still be long, and we'll still have more to go. So even if we don't win this game, theoretically, the Scudetto race is still on. But winning this game is going to be incredibly important. All right, guys, let's go to this one right here. Elliot. Elliot, ready to invest in the Milan squad. The four signings Milan Maldini wants. So let's see what this is all about. And then we're going to go into the Botman. Hello, hello. What's up? Guys, sorry, my phone was my mic was muted. And I don't check. I don't know where I left off. I have no idea, but I don't even fucking look at the screen. That's why I don't realize that my stupid microphone gets muted. Safe tried to call me right now, and I figured out what was going on. Um, but very funny, very funny. Anyway, okay, I'll pay attention to the screen. I don't fucking pay attention to the screen. That's why. All right, so let's do this. I was talking about Sanchez. Um, well, I was talking about how Juventus is after Sanchez now. Juve wants Sanchez. Juve is after Sanchez, and I was saying that pretty much what every single freaking team is doing right now. They're waiting for the Milan scouting department to look for players because Milan has established themselves with the best scouting department in Italy, hands down, best scouting department in Italy, and maybe even in Europe. So anytime we want a player, all of a sudden all the other teams are like, well, what player does Milan want? Which player? Okay, we want him too. So Juventus is on Sanchez. Juventus now, when it comes to a bidding war, I was saying Milan has no chance against Juventus. It will be all up to the player. Juventus can pay a fucking bench player 6 million just to stay on the bench. So it's going to be a tough one. But Botman, I was saying it's pretty much a done deal as far as Botman goes. He said no, thank you to Newcastle. 3 million for Botman is pretty good. And then Sanchez, we will see, guys. I mean, there was a certain point where it looked like Sanchez is pretty much a done deal also, but it looked like Sanchez is asking for much more money than maybe Milan expected, and so that is the main issue. Sanchez is asking for a lot of money, and the Milan are reluctant to give him what he's asking for, and it looks like they want to, negotiate. But Juventus, they don't have any problem. Guys, did you know, guys? I want to tell you a straight fact right now. Did you know that Juventus, as far as their wages go, they're 300 million. That's how much they spend a year for their wages. 300 mil. Do you know how much Bayern spends? Bayern Munich, 190 million a season. 190 million a season. Okay, 190 million a season. Bayern spends 100 million less in wages than Juventus. So when it will come to bidding wars as far as wages go, we have no chance against Juve. We have zero chance against Juve. Um, but so guys, so let's hope that shit doesn't come to fruition. Let's hope that Sanchez chooses correctly and chooses us. Milan will also focus on signing a new winger because they believe Yassin Ali and Brahim Diaz will be enough for the number 10 role, with Renato Sanchez able to play there too. So the Domenico Berardi dream remains alive. And again, Domenico Berardi has been linked with Milan aggressively these past days, and he's been linked with Milan aggressively. And it looks like this is Pioli's number one target again. These are the voices, the rumors that are coming out. Pioli wants Berardi. He wants Berardi. So Maldini, make it happen. Finally, a new striker expected to arrive, and it could be that they opt to sign Andrea Bellotti on a free. His deal expires on June 30th, and he certainly represents a market opportunity, especially if they spend more than 70 million on a defender, midfielder, and winger. That is why it seems difficult to imagine that the club could decide to invest another 40, 50 million on a striker. But Jonathan David of Lille, Hugo Ekitike of Reims, and Amine Giroud of Nice remain in the background to strengthen the attack. And I like how they're writing this. I was saying this literally like 2 months ago. Like, this is what makes sense. This is what, when you crunch down the numbers, this is what makes sense. Bring in Berardi, and you have someone that between goals and assists can guarantee 20 a year. Leao now is getting in that range. So already, if you have Berardi and Leao, you have two players that guarantee you 20-20. So that's 40 goals. Bring in Belotti, someone that in Italy has guaranteed. This is the only season in which he's not been able to do this since in 7 seasons. For 6 seasons in a row, Belotti got in the 20 double-digit mark between goals and assists. So you get three players like that can produce 20 goals each a season. That's already 60 goals just from three players. And I'm talking about assists and all this other shit because they're bringing. Then we're expecting, we're hopefully expecting Brahim Diaz to make that step. He can bring in a few more goals. Giroud, another one that can bring in 10 to 15 goals. Maybe they will get another striker too. I don't know what the situation is going to be there. Ibra, looks like Ibra does want to stay with the club, not necessarily as a player. So there were voices that Maldini is thinking of him in a position, manager, some kind of office position, some kind of ambassador position, maybe even managerial. I even heard vice president, similar to what I think Nedved does, or Zanetti, or that kind of role there, like Nedved and Zanetti do for their respective clubs. Um, so these players here are very, very interesting. That would be a super transfer market if that were to come to fruition. Milan offered three strikers on expiring contracts, the names and the RossonARI's plan. All right, let's see who these strikers are. The first one, as we know, is Andrea Bellotti, whose contract is expiring with Torino. We already spoke about that one. Let's look at the other ones. There are two other strikers who play abroad and whose contracts expire in the summer, with one being Liverpool's Divock Origi, who has already Champions League experience, who scored in the Champions League final. So, and he scored against us. Now, technically, I'm not in love with the guy. I mean, I like technical players, but he is a workhorse, and he can definitely he definitely has the experience and the know-how, and he definitely knows what pressure is like, especially if you are a winner at Anfield, one of the most difficult places to play at. He is finding less playing time after the signing of Diego Jota and Luis Diaz. The other name is Andrej Kramaric of Hoffenheim, who got 20 goals last season. Nice, but but this year the 31-year-old is struggling. 31 years old? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would stick with Belotti in that case. Belotti only being 27, 28. You still have a lot of juice that you can get out of him. And Divock Origi, I think his experience and his abilities and et cetera. I mean, I don't think they should be taken for granted. Bremer, Kamara free, Belotti free, Berardi, Rafinha. I'm all in, Skillard. All in, all in. I will all in. Kamara, I think, would be a good replacement for Kessie, being that they're very, very similar players. And wages are a problem. Transfer price we can meet, but the wage demands are what collapses the deal. Yeah, that seems to be the case. That when it'll come to the wages, uh, it'll be tough to compete. Roy, check out Darwin Nunes now if you can. He's cost around 35.50. Amazing stats so far in 3 in the UCL, which include 2 versus Barca, 25 goals in 30 games. Wow, those are great numbers. What team does he play with? Please tell me what team he plays with, guys, if anybody knows. Belotti will be a Milan player. For those who don't like it, go complain to Maldini. I will not be complaining. I will be thanking Maldini if he gets that operation done. If Sanchez is an injury prone, as I say he is, Juve can have him. Yeah. Fuck you. Not, like Juve, seriously, it pisses me off. Do your own. Look for your own fucking players. Don't come for our players. All right. Okay. Very good. Very good, guys. Excellent. 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 Let's keep this going. Um, let's see if there are any other interesting articles. This one here. What the hell is this? So this is from a new writer in Sempre Milan. Some Italian guy, Lorenzo Raffaini. I hate it when journalists try to be coaches. This is what Pellegatti does. He tries to be a like start like guys. None of us should be telling Pioli how to play. None of us should be telling Pioli how to play and what formation to do. I hate it when journalists propose this shit. Anyway, Bremer won't arrive. Botman is left-footed. Romagnoli leaving Milan. Maldini want a left-footed defender to replace him, which makes sense. I agree that we should go for Kamara for free. Yeah. Botman is mostly because he is a left-footed player. That is why he is coming, and because left-footed defenders are very difficult to come by, especially the good ones. I definitely agree with the Kamara. I did see him. I did see his highlights. That's all I've seen, and he looks like a player that it's pretty much a copy and paste of Kessie, pretty much a similar style. The one, if it was a midfielder, if like a proper CM, it'd be Chowmani, whatever his name is. That guy there would be my number one, dude right there, Chowmani, to replace Kessie. Sanchez does not do what Kessie does. Sanchez is a little bit more creative, more of a football player rather than a football destroyer. Um, but whatever. All right, what is this? Yeah, people talking about 4-3-3, for this, for that. Guys, let's let Pioli. Pioli knows best. He sees the players every day. He knows better how to use the players. When journalists try and become coaches and try to tell Pioli what to do, and it's like, what, guys, come on. Now, I'm all about criticizing in-game decision making. I'm all about that. Uh, but uh, um, but yeah, just putting out these articles saying that information jet waste of time. Orsato, guys, a referee that I definitely don't like is going to be appointed for this match. Let's see what his record is. Orsato, as a referee, the RossonARI do not have a great record, having won just 2 of 16 minutes when he has been. What the fuck, man? Come on, Oliver. Stop smoking weed when you write these. Record having won just 2 of 16 games when he has been in charge. That is crazy. AC Milan has won only twice out of 16 games with this stupid piece of shit in charge. He has officiated Milan against Napoli before back in 23 November 2019 when the final score was 1-1, but there are plenty of other bad precedents. Back in 26 April 2021, Orsato decision not to award a foul by Lucas Leiva on Çalhanoğlu in the build-up to the second goal from Joaquin Correa effectively put the game beyond Milan. The referee did not report anything and gave the goal. Before being summoned to the monitor by the VAR, Mazzoleni suggested he made an error, but Orsato proved to be almost annoyed by that and he gave the goal. Yeah, Orsato, arrogant fuck, and he definitely is. He does not like Milan. Orsato probably comes from a family of Interisti or Juventini or whatever, and he is definitely someone that has never been kind to Milan, or rather, let's just say fair. He's never been fair to AC Milan. Fuck this guy. Then there is the game against Sampdoria back in 30th March 2019 when Defrel scored the winner after a mistake by Donnarumma. There was a huge controversy at the end of the game due to reckless tackle by Murro inside the box on Piontek. That seemed a clear penalty from the VAR room. Doveri called Orsato to the monitor, but he did not change his mind. Orsato, do not like him at all. I do not like him at all. All right, more Botman, more Sanchez news. Yes. Roy, rank Visa 3, worst to best. Sir Alex Guardiola Sacchi, worst to best. Well, none of those 3 should be considered worst. They're all best. I would say Guardiola. I would say Sacchi 1, Guardiola 2, Sir Alex 3. I'll put it that way. The reason why I say Sacchi 1 is because if Guardiola and Sir Alex played the way they played, it is because of Sacchi. Sacchi inspired this high press offensive football, and the Guardiola, the high press. Where did Guardiola get that from? He got it from Saki, and this offensive, positive kind of football. It comes from Saki. So both Sir Alex and Guardiola are students of Saki's game. Now, maybe Guardiola took it a step even further with possession football and just dominating the games with technically. You can say that Alex, he did a good job in managing his players, but Manchester United's football under Sir Alex was not. It wasn't. It was not. He didn't reinvent the wheel. He was just great at managing his players, and at training the players and putting together a team with great winning mentalities. Okay, let's see. Said he has taken revenge on us for all those pens from last season. Yeah, I guess. There was a random report that the Super League is back on, and everyone is back on board, including AC Milan, but Inter backed off. Yeah, I saw this report. The Super League is not going anywhere. We're just going to reform it, so it's going to be open for different clubs, the way it should have been. But of course, guys, it's going to happen because you cannot have one organization monopolize football. We don't want that in society. We don't like it in society. Monopolies are words with negative connotations. And right now, football is being monopolized by certain people. That they've literally become the governing body of football, and it's time for different challenges. It's time to be challenged, and now I definitely agree that having a closed. I mean, I'm not totally against having the closed Super League idea, because I do think that Milan and other clubs have achieved this elite strata a stratosphere from 100 years of winning, winning, winning. And then you have other teams that do not have that history, but have a lot of fans all over the world. So I do understand that these teams look at themselves and say, yo, if we did our own thing, we could make so much more money. And we could actually do what we want to do. We can doing the investments that we want, and we can get the players that we want, etc., etc., etc. So I do think that that is correct. I do think that people should have the freedom to do that. Uh, but let's see, let's see. Seferin attacked them pretty badly. Said some pretty shitty shit. So let's see how that goes. Roy, here's an interesting one. After the article, a combined 11 of Milan and Juventus current teams. Combined 11. All right. So Mike Magnan, uh, Florenzi, Tomori, Delete, Teo Hernandez, Tonali, Tonali, Locatelli, I guess, but not so much. But I guess Locatelli. Chiesa on the right, Dybala in the middle, Leao, and Belotti, because Belotti is going to be an AC Milan player next year. But Capello won more, if I'm correct. Wonder why Saki is revered more than Capello. No, Capello did not win more than Saki, first of all. Capello, Saki won two Champions Leagues. Saki won two Champions League. Capello won one, but Capello was under Saki's was an apprentice of Saki. Capello also a student of Saki. Capello was there when Saki was leading Milan. He was one in the staff. Capello did have the record of no goals conceded in the 90s, but then that was beaten by Gigi Buffon a few years back. Capello won the one Champions League. Capello got in three Champions League finals in a row, against Marseille, against Barcelona, against Ajax. He lost against Marseille, won against Barcelona, lost against Ajax. He could have had three Champions Leagues, Mr. Capello. The new ready read that. Ready read that. We don't need the Super League, only the money. Uh, Krunic, guys. Krunic, the best player in the world. I don't care what Skillet thinks, but Krunic is the face and the symbol of AC Milan. No Krunic, no party. In Krunic, we trust. Silverman, you mean Krunicius Jr.? Yes, Krunicius Jr., guys. So, what else do we have? Let's see what else we got over here. Oh yeah, I was about to read this. Okay, a French sports journalist Oliver Fossuet, who writes about Lille for the original newspaper La Voix du Nord, the voice of the North, speaks to Pianeta Milan about the state of play of the two negotiations. Okay, so this journalist is a French journalist that probably would know more about the situation. Let's see. Regarding Botman, he claims that nothing is official, but the method is very similar to the successful one used with Mike Maignan last season, and the Dutch defender was convinced very quickly about the idea of joining Milan. Yeah, we've been reading these reports. Lille's president, Oliver Letang, will set the price, but given that the Dutchman still has 3 years on his contract, 30 million plus bonuses could well be a fair price. I think it's a lot. But it's okay. Milan have two advantages over Newcastle. Will most likely play the Champions League next season, and Mike Maignan is an excellent ambassador for the Italian club. Then we got Renato Sanchez and Jonathan David. Both have been mentioned as potential targets. Sanchez shown against Milan in the Europa League last year, while David is attracting the interest from some top clubs. He suggests that to buy Botman, Renato, and David will cost a combined 100 million. I don't believe the David stuff. I don't think that's going to happen. The Jonathan David stuff is not going to happen, guys. So don't. Don't lose any sleep over Jonathan David. These two guys, most likely, yes, but not Jonathan David. All right. I think we're almost done, guys. I don't think there's many other articles of any interest. Okay, let's actually look at these. Um, let's look at this. What Masada says. Masada, one of the main actors in this Milan revival. Let's see what he says about managing the club. Milan sporting director Ricky Massara has admitted that the club have had to make some tough decisions but are improving with every year that passes. Massara spoke during the presentation of the 17th Amici dei Bambini tournament, during which he was honored as professional sporting director, with his comments transcribed by Milan News. We managers are extras, people who work around the team and the coaches. Milan, ours is a path that began 2 years ago. Guys, imagine that. It took them 2 years, 2 years, and look at the what they have achieved in 2 years. Look at all the people before them that have tried to get Milan to do what Milan is doing right now. Not even the last Berlusconi was able to do this. So yeah, a lot of respect goes to these individuals who have done a great job for us, the fans, so we can appreciate Milan back on top again. We come from a difficult financial situation and we had to make painful decisions, but we found a group that has managed to express itself at its best, he said. We have improved year by year. The clubs are becoming more and more composite. New figures are emerging. The sports clubs are now media companies, always present on social networks. True. As a matter of fact, the more Milan becomes internet presence, has this internet presence, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, blah, 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 the better it is, because this is the world today. Since Elliott Management took charge of Milan, Massara was appointed as a sporting director. The club's path has been one geared towards cutting costs where possible, rationalizing investments, and increasing revenues. The progress has been there for all to see, and the results on the field are now starting to suggest that Milan are back to challenging for trophies domestically again. But there are still hurdles to overcome, such as getting into the Champions League knockout stages and getting that first trophy under Stefano Pioli. The only way we succeed next year is that not only we make the Champions League this year, but we move on to the next round. If we can move on to the next round of the Champions League next year, then come January, the winter transfer market will be lit, as the youngsters say. It'll be a late transfer market. David, don't trust journalists. I'm still waiting for Chiesa to show up at Casa Milan. Saif Najar says Darwin Nunes. Thinking Arsenal are in for Nunes for 30, 45 million. We should get him. I'd give up a CM for him. Andre Silva vibes. Okay. Our use funds to fill our squad weakness such as Cam and right wing. Milan, what's up, Joel? We got Joel in the house. Milan social media accounts have gotten so much better. Yeah, I think they just surpassed 1 million recently, so that's pretty good. All right, very good stuff. We like to hear what the management is doing, guys. I'm such a huge fan of this management. I love this group of people. I love the work they're doing for Milan. I really love what they're doing. I love that our team is full of youngsters that are still yet to fully develop. And once these players fully develop, it's over. It's over for everybody, guys. It is over for everybody. Of course, we have to keep him. Of course, we have to keep him. Okay, and speaking of that, let's see what this one here says. A little bit of fear mongering. Why Milan may face a fierce battle to hold on to star winger Rafael Leao. Let's see. Having signed for Milan from Sporting Cup in 2019, it's taken Rafael Leao some time to establish himself. I do want to remember there are a lot of people last year wanted this guy out. He arrived at the San Siro as a teenager, and it would have been wrong to expect too much of him at the time. Leao needed to settle in and enjoy some game time, but in 2021, 2022, he's starting to deliver on that undoubted potential. Unfortunately, his rise has led to inevitable rumors of a move away from Milan, but would such a switch be in the best interest of his promising career? Interested parties. Most transfer stories surrounding Rafael hint at a move to English Premier League. Arsenal have been mentioned in connection with the summer approach, and there's certainly a vacancy for at least one striker at the club. Okay, in the January transfer window, Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang left the Emirates to sign a permanent deal with Barcelona. His former teammate Alexandre Lacazette has struggled to find the net in recent times and is also expected to leave the club. Now, guys, maybe you guys would know this better than me, but is Arsenal even in the Champions League? Are they in the top four? Are they going to make the Champions League next year? Does anybody know this? Well, if you do, please let me know. With a lack of adequate backup, Arsenal is being linked with Rafael Leao and a host of other strikers. Newcastle United are expected to spend big money in the summer is also being mentioned as a possible club. That will never happen. Newcastle will not take the mighty Rafael Leao away from us. The Premier League is widely considered to be a likely destination, but other sides around Europe would certainly be interested in Rafael Leao if he were to become available. I do think that Rafael Leao has a style of play that suits the Premier League. This fast-paced, just unidimensional run forward. It definitely fits. Milan is looking to win the long barren spell, and the club has the Serie A title in their sights. After their first 25 games of the 21-22 campaign, AC had established a narrow 1-point lead over their rivals Inter, who had played only one game. Okay, so what is this all about? With Napoli also mounting a serious challenge, it's going to be a tight run into the end of the season. Rafael will get plenty of chances to prove his importance to the team. Can Milan do it? According to online sports betting companies affiliated with the SBO.net, defending champions Inter are the clear favorites to win the Serie A title. Guys, go and bet on Napoli. Bet on Napoli, guys. Go to SBO.net, bet on Napoli. You're going to make some serious money. The team with the least amount of goals always wins the Serie A 99% of the time, and they're not the favorites. Inter's the favorite. Bet on Napoli. You're going to make some money. AC Milan will follow in second, or bet on Milan too. AC Milan follow in second place before a further gap opens up to Napoli. Guys, Milan is put in front of Napoli. Guys, this is good. Go put your money on this. You're going to make some money. That will be tough to read for Milan fans, but there's plenty more football to be played across the remainder of this campaign. Some positive results will alter those markets, and SBO.net will be on hand to update the readers on any changes. With news and opinion articles also listed on the site, it is possible to put that knowledge to good use for those that wish to do so. Any of the reference bookmakers on the website will be ready to take on new customers, and most have generous welcome offers in return for swinging up. So, did this company what? Did they? Did they? Are they sponsoring this website? What's going on here? Okay, whatever. This article is whatever. Is there genuine interest in Rafael from other clubs? The decision may come down to the player. One thing that cannot be argued over is the lack of game time at AC Milan. If a Portuguese international was continually being left out of match day squads, he could be forgiven or looking elsewhere with a view to more regular appearances. As far as we know, Leao wants to stay at Milan, so you know. Leao would also have to ask whether any of the clubs mentioned in connection with his signature could offer an upgrade on has what he already has. The young striker is already with one of the biggest sides in world football, the biggest sides in world football, and would almost certainly be playing in the Champions League next season. Neither Arsenal nor Newcastle will be able to guarantee Champions League football, and a player with Rafael's quality deserves to be playing on the highest stage. 60 million euro price tag may also deter some potential buyers for a player who has been compared to Thierry. 60 million for a Premier League team is nothing. Nothing. All right. Let's look at this. This looks interesting. Milan board member explains plan to follow the lead of Real Madrid and Manchester United. Giorgio Furlani has revealed AC Milan's vision to follow the path of Real Madrid and Manchester United while explaining the club's stance on renewals. Okay, yes, I want to see what this mofo says. The RossonARI management have set a hardline stance on contract renewals as they make offers to Donnarumma and Hakan, but they left on the free transfers to earn more elsewhere. While the same might happen with Kessie, no, it is going to happen with Kessie and Romagnoli. Furlani, who works as a portfolio manager for Elliott Management and as a Milan board member, spoke about Milan Sports project at the Business of Football Summit, an event organized by the Financial Times. We have not invested we have not invested in terms of equity in the coffers of the club in the last year. The boat has stabilized. In football, many choices are not chosen from an economic and analytical point of view. This we have tried to make. For example, it would be stupid of us to hold back our assets at any cost, but you have to be objective and have plan B. And we're happy with our new goalkeeper. Okay. We have thus developed a plan around two pillars. First of all, sporting results, which they have achieved. For me, there's no successful football project that does not start from sporting success. And of course, you got to win. You got to get those points. Then we need discipline from an economic and financial point of view, especially as far as about cost reduction. And I completely agree because spending money does not guarantee trophies. It does not guarantee anything. We saw it with Milan. We saw it with PSG. We saw it with Tottenham. We see it with Manchester United. We see it with Juventus. We saw it with many teams. Many teams. Uh, money, 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 money. Just first of all, it doesn't even feel nice. I mean, wow, you're so talented. You spent a lot of money. No, but developing a real project, an idea, creating the champions in your that's winning. That's a winning mentality. That's something that I can be proud of. I'm not fucking proud of being able to spend a shitload of money. Wow, we're so talented. I have all this money. Well, I'm just gonna buy all the players I need. If we fail, who gives a shit? No, I like what they're doing. Like this, making sure that the club can sustain itself, make sure that the club can become this huge club by doing it the proper way, starting from scratch, creating the players in home, and then mixing them up with a few experienced players. Fuck the money, 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 money bullshit. I like what we're doing. Since Elliott took charge of the club in 2018 and stated even Gazidis as a CEO, there has been a modernization process that revolves around bringing Milan up to speed with the elite sides in Europe, off the field as well as on it, as Furlani explains. We have chosen a fantastic CEO like Ivan Gazidis, and with him we have transformed Milan, and the road is to go towards the direction of a media business in the style of Real Madrid and Manchester United. Great. Excellent. This is what we want to hear. To do well on the pitch as well. Finally, we pushed on the stadium project. San Siro is a historic stadium, but it's not the stadium of 2022. Yeah, the stadium right now, there is a little bit of a slowdown with the stadium, but it looks like the stadium will keep on going ahead. Anyway, I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing. I want Milan to keep on being this way. I don't want the rich billionaire that just spends money like nobody's business and then doesn't get you anywhere. I don't like. If I was a Juventus fan, and if I knew that my team was spending 300 million in wages every single year, and I struggle to be in the top four, I'd be ashamed of myself. I like what Milan is doing. Start from scratch, build the players from the beginning, have a concrete idea, have a DNA, create a DNA. Milan is extracting its old DNA, modernizing it, and it's this project is beautiful. I love it. I love it. I agree, Roy. Doing it like Liverpool did it feels much better than doing what a club like PSG does. 100%. 100%. Manchester United is a terrible example to follow. These guys spent more than City, yet look at how they are now and where City is. Well, I think when they're talking about Manchester United, they're talking about more how Manchester United is very good with media, social media, and all that stuff. But I agree with you, Saif. Manchester United, as far as how to spend money, is a terrible example to follow. Terrible example to follow. If you were a Juventus fan, if you were a Juventus fan, skilled. Safe Najar, but you have the right people behind it. We don't. Yeah, and that's the issue. That's the issue. Right now, Manchester United has people there that maybe are not the most competent, but they definitely have the resources to build a winning team. What do you think about Ludovic Blas to Milan? Maybe do not know who he is. Never heard of him. Okay, guys, let's keep this going. Let's keep the train rolling. Let's keep the train rolling. What else do we have? What else do we have? I like these articles about the management. Always interesting to see what they say, guys. I hope that if we don't win on Sunday, you guys don't turn on the team. You know, do not turn on the team. Let's see. See. Kalulu. Let's do this. Two more articles and then we're done. Kalulu, ready to step up. Guys, by the way, there were voices today that there are some birds that are little birds chirping, rumors of some big teams being interested in Kalulu. Freaking Leonardo. So here we are. We spent 400K on this player, and now if you want to buy him, probably got to spend 30 million. Kalulu is no different than a Botman. You know, he is still in the early stages of his contract for us, so his value is up. Kalulu, guys, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're playing against Juve, if you're playing in the Champions League, if you're playing against any team. You put Kalulu on the field, the guy plays like he's been playing forever. This is a unique player that does not feel pressure. This is a unique player that when we talk about experience, for him it does not apply. This is an anomaly. Kalulu is an anomalous player because pressure with Kalulu does not apply. It doesn't matter. He always plays well. He always knows what to do because he knows how to carry himself, and he is very gifted. Psychologically, he is extremely gifted. And again, why are we the best scouting team in Europe? Because of this, guys. Because we know how to pick players. Alessio Romagnoli trained separately yesterday and therefore remains in strong doubt for Sunday's match against Napoli, with Pierre Kalulu ready to step up again. And there you go, guys. Maybe a few months ago, if we didn't have Romagnoli or Kjaer and Kalulu was in, a lot of us maybe were a little bit, oh man, Kalulu, man. But now we've seen Kalulu perform against the best teams in Italy, and we've seen him in Europe. Kalulu and Tomori, we got nothing to worry about. We got nothing to worry about. Now, of course, they can have a shitty game, but we have nothing to worry about. Tutto Sport explains this morning the muscle injury remedied by the RossonARI captain in the Coppa Italia semi-final first leg against Inter is not one that worries any of the medical staff. The medical staff. But he may or not recover for Sunday's game with no intention of risking him. It is a groin injury. I know those injuries very well. Groin injuries can linger, and if you aggravate them, they can stay there forever. So it's to rest Romagnoli would be the right thing. It is likely, therefore, that Romagnoli will not be part of Stefano Pioli's squad for the trip to Naples, or at the best, he could start from the bench, which is why Jean-Pierre Papen Kalulu should be fielded against Fikayo Tomori from the first minute after the good performance from the pair against Inter. Teo Hernandez will be the left back and Davide Calabria the right back. To complete the back four with Sandro Tonali and Ismael Benacer in the midfield. In attack, Rafael Leao is certain of a place. And guys, this is why I think Rebic is gone. Rebic is MIA, like the title says, because Rafael Leao has taken his spot. Okay, Rebic, when he enters the gates of Milanello every day, he goes there with his chin down because he knows that he has been surpassed. Psychologically, it's probably devastating for the guy. And for the two positions, there's the usual battle between Junior Messias and Alexis Salamakers on the right, while in the middle, Frank Kessie seems to be the favorite over Brahim Diaz to play behind Oliver Giroud. I'm not crazy about the Frank Kessie in the attacking midfield role. Not a big fan of that. We've seen it a bunch of times. It doesn't look pretty. It looks. I mean, I think he's wasted there, to be honest with you, because he doesn't. He Kessie gets one of Kessie's strength is his ability to win those interceptions when we get squashed. If you guys notice, every time there's a cross coming in, Kessie's always intercepting those balls on the box. But when he plays that number 10 role, he's far from that position. He's there waiting. He's there waiting for either Benacer or Tonali to win the ball and give it back to him. So I think he's kind of wasted there. I would prefer to see Diaz there. But if we are starting with, let's say, okay, you see this here, I don't like. I don't like this, guys. I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this. I'm definitely not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of that. Let's analyze that. Let's analyze this, guys. Last thing, and then we're done. Actually, let's go to the tactical board. And let's look at this. Ole, oh, ole, oh, whoa. Tactical board. Here we are. Let's look at our tactical board. Let's do a little deep dive into Pioli's mind. It's not nervousness, it's just ass. What are you guys talking about? I've never seen a bad game from Kalulu. Good depth with Botman. I agree. Kalulu needs an Italian girlfriend to lock him up, right? Yeah, definitely. A nice Italian girlfriend, Italian grandmother, cooks a lot of pasta, and that's it. If Kalulu gets a better aerial duels, he is automatically world class. Watching Kalulu play during Tomo's injury was like watching Tomo play for what a player. yeah. And by the way, guys, as I was saying, Leonardo, PSG, has been inquiring about Kalulu. Those are the rumors coming out. All right, let's look at this real fast. Let's just do this, guys. Last thing, and then we're closing up shop for the day. Here we go. Where is this? All right, so now let's see. What do we have? Diaz is going to be out. Kessie is going to be here. And Ben Nasser is going to be here. Well, according to that lineup, Salamakers is here. All right, so as you can see, guys, not many green players. I'm a fan of the green players. I like the green players. So you cannot expect a lot of creativity if this is what happens, but you will expect a high press. One thing that we saw from Napoli is that you press those guys high, it's done. Barcelona dismantled them because, as I had already mentioned, Napoli Oh, look at that. Perfect. You can see, look at this for all the Napoli players. Wow, look at this. It's actually the Napoli. Is it? What, do I have Napoli players here? Wow. Look at this. I actually have Napoli players here. Anyway, um, here we go. Here we go. So Napoli plays the same formation as us, a 4-2-3-1, 3-1, a 4-2-3-1. Now, this is the thing about Napoli. All right. The way Napoli plays, what we realized, what we learned about them is that they can't play long ball. They cannot play long ball because this guy over here is 5'2". This guy over here is 5'1". This guy over here is 4'9". These two guys here, you don't play long ball to your two double pivots, and this is the only guy there that can win challenges. So playing long ball for them makes absolutely no sense. You cannot play long ball with this team. Therefore, this team is built specifically to start from the back. This team is specifically built to start from the back. So they will play from the back, and try to look for either the wingers or the double pivots. What did Xavi do? He pressed them really high, really high. He got pretty much his whole team here and even his midfielders. And what they did is they made sure that the defenders could not find the channels to look for the vertical passes, to look for their midfielders. And if you stop that aspect of their game, they can't settle. Napoli cannot settle because they can't. They don't have the players to play long ball. Here you have either Politano or Lozano. Long ball, Teo Hernandez is going to win that all day. Over here you have Insigne. Long ball, Calabria, all Florence, even though Calabria and Florence are not tall, but they're still taller and bigger than Insigne. And here in the middle you have Zelinski. So Benacer, Kessie, Tonali there. They're going to you can't play long ball to Zelinski. Zelinski is not a guy that receives long balls. These are all players that like to play a ball on the ground. You take that away from them with that high press, closing down those channels. There's something that Milan already does by itself. It's just the nature of how Milan plays. Then, guys, a lot of success. And if Milan do that, I think we're going to win. So, guys, let's hope for the best. Forza Milan. I love you all. I hope that you guys have a great weekend. And wherever you are, stay safe. Forza Milan. I will see you next time. Ciao.